Hi everyone, thank you all for joining. I'll be starting shortly. Just a few minutes as I set up the presentation. I've noticed the one I'm using is not friendly to record, so just a few minutes. I think we start in 1 minute. Okay, thank you. So, hi everyone. Welcome to this webinar. We're going to talk how to begin your remote work. I am hoping that you can see my presentation. So I'll start with introduction. My name is Jan Batila. I'm just a girl who loves life and God, and I also love helping people. I recently transited into project management because I wanted to do something remotely. That is what I do remotely. And I get their dream remote jobs. So I just help by educating people on how they can land their dream remote job. So basically, that is about me, and I do also things to do with positioning and helping any job, a full-time job, a part-time job. I help with positioning and just helping you with the application tips on how to do this. That is about me. To kick us to kick us off, um, I'm going to start with a quote, something that I recently learned that I think right now, most in this current economy that we have, even in Kenya, we have a lot of unemployed youths that are looking for opportunities to grow their skills, opportunity, someone to just give them a chance. But one thing I noticed that most of our universities are just teaching us how um, to do well. You pass exams, go to school, go get good grades, get good. Um, Even when you university, get good transcripts, and then after that, if you transit out, you're transiting out as an employee. But we're not being taught to be employers. So I think I just recently learned that you don't have to wait for someone to employ you. You can actually create that opportunity and employ yourself. And there are many avenues that you can start employing people, depending on your career and depending on whatever you're doing out there. So this is something that I'll share more in another webinar on how to create opportunity for yourself, how to earn um, through the services and the products that you're selling out there. So I'll start us off. Um, Today we're going to deal with how to begin your remote work career. I know probably you joined us today, and I know that you desire to have a remote work either partially or you desire to have it as full time. Well, it's also as hard as getting the normal job. I will tell you, it's not something easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it, and it has more satisfaction and more um, in as much as it's so hard to get that job, in as much as you have to put in a lot of effort for you to get whatever you want to do, you have the liberty of getting the resources that you need, the materials that you need that are more, and you're more advantaged than those who are ability. That is why I mentioned there is full time, there is part time, then there is freelance, and then remote work can also give you enough time with your family, with your friends, with your house, and everything. So those are more advantage. And then if you get a good, well-paying remote job that is from outside the Kenya market, that is, you are not employed by any Kenyan company, because there are also Kenyan companies that apply that employ the other companies like US, UK, Canada. I think I know someone. My mentor, my coach, learned, and she tells me that um, the amount that they pay is too high as compared to the Kenyan market. Like, it's almost 10 times of what you're paid in Kenyan market when you start. And when you get that opportunity, you get to explore more other avenues of growth even in their company. You start to experience growth even in your finances, and experience growth even in the things that you want to do, because it's something that um, most people, you're being paid the market rate of those who are outside the country, Kenya, and you're living in Kenya and you're not using a lot of transport and movement around up and down because you are working remotely. Maybe something that you're paying for is the house, the space that you're renting, and the other thing that you might be paying for is internet. So there is much more that you can do as a remote worker, either freelance or either full-time or part-time. You just choose whatever works for you. And it's a journey. You don't start with that high salary. You start step by step, you grow, and then after growing, now your salary will expand with time. So how then do you begin your remote work journey? So number one is to identify your skill set. Um, Assess what you are interested in. Um, Apologies, I'm just trying to get my notes. So assess what your strengths are. What are you good at? There are different skills that you need for you to land a remote job. It's not traditional as other jobs like being an accountant or being a chef or everything. This is a different skill set. So what are you good at? Are you good at writing? Are you good at graphic design? Are you good at web development? Are you good at service, customer service? Are you good at marketing? Are you good at project management? Which of these skills are you good at? So you need to sit down with yourself and ask yourself, which of these can I do? Sometimes even me when I was starting, I had the urge of, I want to do customer service, I want to do web development, I want to do graphic design. It's okay to desire a lot of those things, but for you to start, you need to get one, and then maybe you can scale up later. Like someone who does graphic design can actually scale later to be a developer. Someone who does customer service can scale up later to be a marketer or a project manager, and they can also earn. And that you can have multiple streams of income from your skills. It can be either from your customer service or your marketing. The next thing that you do is explore remote friendly roles. Sorry, explore remote friendly roles. Hmm. Looks like interacting with a lot of Kikuyus is influencing me. So many industries support remote work, like tech, marketing, education, and customer service. There are more companies that are going remote, and I'm telling you, the future of work is remote. I think the people who will remain to be working physically in jobs, I think, are those who deal with human beings and health, maybe the education system. But I'm also seeing that there are a lot of education systems that are now rising to be remote. Um, so most of these companies are going remote. And I think after the wave of COVID, there are some that just remained to be remote. So no remote friendly roles. Don't just pick any role. Like you want to be a chef, yes, you are a chef. If you're a chef, you can't do that remotely. That one you'll have to go to a hotel to do it. If you are an administrative assistant, you can do it remote. You can actually say you're just a virtual assistant and you'll be given the job that you need. So there is more that you can do in remote roles. You just identify which remote role that you need. Have the learning mindset. You know, the day that you stop learning is the day that you stop living. So learn new skills. If needed, take online course to build up your skills for in-demand remote jobs. So there are Udemy and LinkedIn that are good in this, but for me, I use YouTube. I use YouTube for most of my learning. Um, I found YouTube to be more I found YouTube to be free and the resources are so huge. So um, you can just Google on YouTube, like if you choose a role like customer service, just go and Google, you get a whole playlist on what you need to know about customer service. They even tell you the courses that you can take and where you can take them, and if they are free or not. If it's Udemy, some will give you those courses on the link. They'll tell you this is a free link, and you can just log in into that free link and get whatever you want. So there is much. Uh, just identify one. I know some of you are still confused what you want to do. Someone wants to be a virtual assistant. Yes, a virtual assistant is a good thing, but it's good that you specialize. If you're a virtual assistant, there's a graphic design virtual assistant. There is social media manager virtual assistant. There is administrative. There is travel manager. There is to do with um, virtual assistant that you can choose on. If you want to be a content creator, what do you want to do? I want to be a content creator as a SaaS in a SaaS businesses. SaaS is software as a sale, or B2B businesses or B2C. There's more to do in that, so that you can know which audience are you going to address, which things are you going to talk about in this field, and then it's going to help you now to narrow down on whatever you need to do. So just remember that once you assess your strength and skills and know this is what I want to be, the next thing is to start learning. Don't wait for the perfect time and say that, oh, I don't have a phone, I think I need to get a laptop before I start learning. You'll get that laptop and it won't help. Or you need Wi-Fi for you to start learning. You'll get that Wi-Fi and you will still be stuck. There is no perfect time, there is no perfect moment for you to start. You just start from whatever you are. And if you have that desire, you'll be able to do it. Um, one quote that I really love is that mindset. So once you shift your mindset, you're able to achieve whatever you want, and whatever you have in your mind, you're able to achieve it. You're not limited. I think it's Eliud Kipchoge who said that you're not limited to anything. In your mind, you're able to do it. The next thing that you do is to prepare a portfolio and a CV. And um, I'm heavy on an ATS compliant CV, because nowadays most of these companies use machines to filter, if not machines, AI tools to filter their CVs. So ATS means applicant tracking system, and should be compliant to that. That when it's placed on it, it should not pass. It should pass so that you can go to the next stage. No way most people apply for these remote jobs and you don't photo on it. And yet, yes, compliant CV does not require you to have a photo. You still have references, you still have date of birth, you still have your high school certifications and KCP certifications on your CV. So this is something that you really need to work on when you want to gain visibility when it comes to remote work. So I think I have a spelling error here. I was supposed to say prepare your CV, but I said prepare you. It's just that I was making this in a rush. So I'll continue. So an 8 years CV has some things that you need to add on. You don't have to have a 5 page CV. We know you have experience, 10 years experience. But let me shock you, sister, brother, nobody's going to read your 5 year CV, 5 pages CV. CV should be 1 to 2 pages, just short. And it's when you explain even on the roles, you don't just explain that collaborated with the team to do so and so. You need to show what you did, how you did it, and the results that you achieved, and how it helped the company. That is how you showcase your results. If you are putting in education, you don't put in education that you did first aid course and you're applying for a bachelor's. You have included your certification as someone who is trained to do first aid. Is that connected to the web design role? So you need to know these things. You need to have an it stands out when recruiter takes your um, CV, because I'll tell you, I have friends in Nigeria, I have friends in Ghana, I have friends in the UK, I think mostly in the UK and the US, that have recently tapped connection into LinkedIn has helped me to tap connections into those people. And I'll tell you that these people are also applying for those remote jobs. You are just in Kenya, you're just in a village that Ruto keeps on saying they have their laptop and they're doing their jobs. You're in a village, maybe let me say in Ruiru for um, at this role. And then when you check out your CV, you have your picture on it, you have a date of birth, you have your KCP. Definitely, if someone that should know that this there is a process, like you came from KCP, KCSE to bachelor's or diploma to bachelor's, and then from bachelor's to master's. So whatever you can include there is just your master's and your bachelor's. That is enough. Bachelor, you just include that bachelor's degree, because there is a process before you get to that bachelor's. There is no essence of you having the KCP and KCC dates on your CV. So if you have that today after this meeting, please. The other thing you should have is portfolio. Now, what is a portfolio? A portfolio is a collection of your work. After you've learned the skill, as I had said, that identify the skill and then learn about it, you need to practice it. And how do you do this? Number one, you can reach out on LinkedIn for people. I use LinkedIn so much. You can reach out to LinkedIn for people so that they can give you jobs to do it. And then you make sure you document whatever you're doing, document whatever you are doing as a person, and by this you're going to make a portfolio. Those pictures are going to help you to make a portfolio. So how do you make a portfolio? There are many websites to make a portfolio. They are free. Maybe I won't share it right now because I hadn't compiled the websites that you can use to make a portfolio. But I think I have a WhatsApp community for remote workers. Maybe I'll share there the websites that you can use for your portfolio build up. So if you can't learn, if you see that going to LinkedIn is so hard for you to reach out on someone to give you a free job, utilize ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT a lot in my brainstorming. I don't copy paste things, but at least I use it in my brainstorming. And one thing I'll tell you, that if you prompt ChatGPT to just get you a project, your virtual assistant that does administrative work, and you want to build your portfolio, you just place that statement in. GPT will give you that, and true to that, you need to use that opportunity now to do those tasks. Please make sure that you're documenting. Like if ChatGPT has told you, like for me, for example, I'm good in graphic design. I guess I do a lot of graphic design nowadays, um, alongside my project management, and I'm also learning Figma. So the way I'm learning Figma, I'm learning it from YouTube. And what I'm doing is that when I learn and that teacher tells me you need to do this and this and this, so I change the names. I make it my own project, but we are just doing the same thing that we are doing. And then I document anything. I have a snipping tool on my laptop. I snip it. I snip it. And then after snipping it, I do what? I compile them all together. And then I make a